What's up, Attack Squad? It's your boy SatAttack. Yeah, I see the tide. This is on my homepage. Put that to my watch later, and we here, bro. I don't know who the hell Emoni Bates is. I think I've heard the name. Got a little ring to it. But if you enjoyed that, subscribe on that road 2K help brother out. This is how he killed his NBA career in 3 steps. A 9-minute video. Let's see, man. Let's see what he did. Why is this shit lagging?
In 2019, Sports Illustrated claimed Emoni Bates was, quote, likely to be a straight-to-the-NBA #1 pick and future of the NBA. In 2021, ESPN ranked Emoni Bates as the 3rd best high school prospect in the nation.
Jaden Hardy? Who the hell is that? He's number 2.
A consensus 5-star recruit who received a scholarship offer from Michigan State back when he was in 8th grade. Everyone knew that this guy was going to be a future basketball star. Sports Illustrated also called him a 6'9" Steph Curry. Scouts compared him to the likes of Kevin.
Imagine 6'9" Steph Curry? Hey, yo, that's tough. Imagine Steph Curry being 6'9", bro.
Durant, saying he was a
little bit more reasonable.
The same level.
Even that's a lot of pressure. I said reasonable just because of height difference. But come on, bro. KD is one of a kind.
But much better ball handler than Durant at that age. His entire life seemed like one big success story. From a young age, his father, a former professional basketball player, trained him. He played in the AAU circuit. As a 7th grader, he was ranked as the #1 prospect in the class of 2022, before he reclassified to the class of 2021. Gatorade Player of the Year, on the cover of Sports Illustrated, some analysts even believed he was the best prospect since LeBron James. The hype was real. The dude had everything going for him. Then, everything fell apart. A series of events led to Emoni Bates going from one of the top prospects in the world to complete irrelevance. What happened? What went wrong? How's it going, folks? My name's Andy.
That's crazy. You gotta fall off drastically, be that highly ranked, and for you to just like not even like, he didn't get drafted or anything, right? He just fell off, bro. Like that.
Let's get started. Bates reclassified.
Like you got all the talented people hyped you up, and something crazy gotta happen.
Being in the class of 2022 to the class of 2021 in order to reach the NBA faster. But since the NBA draft rule states you must be 1 year removed from high school and turn 19 in that calendar year in order to enter the draft, it was a pretty bad miscalculation.
Wow.
Since Bates' birthday is in January, a very late birthday actually, he wouldn't be 19 until January of 2023. That means he needs to play 2 years of college basketball at the very
what? That's so fucked. That's
least. Or 1 year of college and then 1 year of G League or overseas or something. Though I think they're changing this soon. The NBA might be lowering the draft age to 18 in a few years. Either way,
if someone is that talented to come out at 18, bro, what's the difference of 1 year in college? I get it's probably better for that person because everyone probably think, oh, I could get straight to the league. I'm fucking balling. But there's only a few people that are gonna actually do it, and and it's gonna jump out the page if you could come straight out of high school. Not everyone's gonna be able to go to the draft and shit, bro. You feel me?
Caught in this strange situation because
you gotta have good guidance too, bro. Like, hey, you need 1 year of college. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, someone gotta give you that tough love. Like,
skipped his senior year of high school.
Only the greatest athletes.
It was getting weird before that too.
Come out straight out of high school.
In his freshman and sophomore seasons at Lincoln High School, the kid was dominating. As a freshman, he led Lincoln High to the state championship. As a sophomore, he was named the National Player of the Year. His path to success was already laid out. He just needed to go with the flow. But he didn't.
What do you do?
That's step 1 in how to ruin your NBA career before it even started.
That's tough.
Too much parental involvement. Before his junior season started, Bates transferred to Ypsi Prep Academy, a brand new prep school created in Ypsilanti by his own father. As much as I love seeing father-son relationships, you can't be risking your child's future by doing this. Don't create a brand new school and make your son transfer over just to give it a kickstart.
That is tough. That's tough. I mean, that's tough.
Not only did Bates leave a great situation at Lincoln High, where him and his team were absolutely demolishing the competition, but to transfer to a new, unproven program with questionable players and coaches, it was like throwing a giant boulder onto a cleanly paved highway.
They kept losing.
He had a smooth ride to the finish. He just needed to go with the flow. But instead, a massive obstacle was now in his way, and it was basically self-inflicted. Individually, Bates
suck.
still flourished in his junior season at Ypsilanti, but he fell off the radar a little bit. Then, like I mentioned earlier, he decided to skip his senior season and reclassify. An article described it like this. It's a common move for big-time high school prospects. R.J. Barrett, Marvin Bagley, and Andrew Wiggins did it too. But Bates is in a particularly unique situation because he's too young to enter the 2020.
So he didn't play his senior year? Well, I'm so confused. The reason why I don't understand is he didn't play senior year because he wanted to go into the NBA?
To NBA draft.
Because you gotta be technically a year removed from high school?
Could be set to spend 2 years at the college level. That's exactly what happened, as he was too young to enter the 22 draft. That brings us to step 2 on how to ruin your NBA chances. Fumble away your college career. In high school, well, in middle school actually, Bates was offered a scholarship to attend Michigan State, a fantastic D1 school, and he committed to go there until he changed his mind. It was kind of funny because most other colleges thought Bates would for sure go to Michigan State. Since he was a young kid, him and his family developed a tight relationship with Coach Tom Izzo, and it seemed like there was no way he'd go anywhere else.
That's so sick. Like,
Most colleges also thought he was going to skip college ball entirely and either take a break before entering the NBA draft or going the G League route. It got to the point where colleges just didn't even bother trying to recruit him.
Damn.
Elgin Bates, Emoni's father, was asked about this, and he responded, I believe the deterrent for most of the colleges is they probably feel he won't ever step foot on a college campus. I think it's a wrongful assumption, especially for a kid who works as hard as he works, and for a kid who's proven that he's worthy of getting scholarship offers. Eventually, a couple more offers started pouring in, and ultimately, he committed to play for Memphis. Admittedly, it was not the best fit, but his family was close to head coach Penny Hardaway, and Bates wanted to play alongside Jalen Duren, one of his closest friends and fellow top prospect.
Okay, what happened?
The Spartans' 2021-22 season was very volatile, and Bates proved to be an extremely inconsistent player. Some of his performances were
that shit contested as a motherfucker. God damn. I'm surprised if that shit if that shit didn't get swatted. Holy crap. Motherfucker taking 100% smother shots.
2 for 10 or 1 for 10. It brought his actual skills into question, and his draft stock rapidly fell off a cliff. In March, he sat out the rest of the season, including the tournament, due to a lower back injury. Bates finished his freshman year at Memphis with averages of 9.7 points and 3.3 rebounds a game on very poor efficiency.
Shit.
In the games he did appear in, major concerns of his game started to surface.
What?
His explosiveness, his first step, and athleticism were not as great as we once thought.
Damn.
His shooting was way worse than we anticipated.
Shit.
He struggled against basically every single team with a competent defense. And his strengths looked like his weaknesses.
Shit.
At this point, he was no longer on the radar, no longer considered a top-tier pick, and not even a first-round pick at all. Memphis waited for clearance so he can play, but it never came, ending his one and only season there. Sadly, it only gets worse from here.
What?
Bates made the shocking decision of transferring to Eastern Michigan for his sophomore season. Their basketball team last appeared in the NCAA tournament in 1998, but he chose to go here to be closer to home. Fast forward a few months later, and this brings us to step 3 on how to...
you gotta you feel me? You can't sacrifice your future just to be close to
your
home,
career.
You feel me?
Get arrested.
Oh, whoa.
On September 18th, Bates was driving...
that'd be a fucking step.
Get arrested.
Yep.
On September 18th, Bates was driving late on a Sunday night and got pulled over for not stopping at an intersection. The cops searched his car and found a gun.
Shit.
After a court examination, Bates was charged with carrying a concealed weapon and altering the ID marks on the gun. Both of these are considered as felonies. Prior to this, even though Bates' draft stock severely dropped and his game was put into question, he never had any issues with his personality or his off-court demeanor. This changed that perception, and it might be the last nail in the coffin. In a few short years, Emoni Bates went from being forecasted as the superstar of the future...
That's what I'm saying, bro. Went from being compared to fucking KD, 6'9" Steph Curry to what the fuck just happened.
Compared to the likes of LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry when he was 15 years old, to now being very unlikely to even make the NBA. It was unreal how much faith everyone had in him to succeed, and his life was set up perfectly for that. A few bad decisions killed his momentum, along with not performing up to his expectations.
Getting
in
arrested
college.
is the worst one.
He probably won't even be drafted at this point, unless he averages like 30 points a game and somehow leads Eastern Michigan to the Final Four or something.
The other two steps were
After
like
the
bad,
arrest
but
and
like
all the
they could like fix it, but teams do not like off the field issues, bro. That shit
achieving
is not
since his last year of high school, there aren't any more redeeming qualities left to salvage his career. But hey, you never know. There's a reason everyone predicted that he would be so good. The talent and skills we used to witness might still be inside him, somewhere. And maybe with the right situation, he could bounce back.
Right coaches,
or maybe not.
Right coaches.
Anyway, that's all, folks. Let me know your thoughts on Emoni
You need right
Bates.
people around him, bro.
Do you ever see him having a prominent NBA career?
You can't always have family around you, bro. Oh, still have.
Even see him making the
Family
NBA or
not
getting
always
drafted?
right.
Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching.
You
I hope y'all
gotta people that
enjoyed the video.
actually
And of course,
do
as
that shit
always,
for a
I'll
living.
see you next time.
But if you enjoyed that, subscribe and that road 2K help, brother. I want stupid one dummy. But we out.